I pause at the threshold of this supposed miracle, beckoned to trust the impossible, to throw out my knowledge of water and access surrender at impossible measure, to find faith in a God that I've never had permission to know. I am just an Israelite caught between fear and delight, called to move forward, but how do I trust that this Red Sea road was intended for us? To lift my eyes from the sand that I'm standing in, to know something more than this lived experience, to trust the hearsay that a God 400 years at bay has chosen today to be the day that he decides to show? But what do I make of the oppression and the striving to sustain the load my accuser was driving, while crushing me under the weight of each lashing, raw stripes and skin chapped on the blood and my back? How am I supposed to forget about that? The heat, the hunger and ravenous thirst that soured my heart and brought me to worse, a longing for vengeance and finding not justice, forced to pay penance for my very existence, held in submission and forbidden resistance, while taught to beg pardon for the blood in my veins. But these waters have divided. Do I dare imagination? Freedom's mirage only offers devastation. How could I hope for emancipation from a Pharaoh who'd suffer before granting liberation? So be patient with me as I pause in the middle of this potential miracle, hoping beyond hope that this promise isn't feeble, that these water walls surrounding me will not begin to tremble as I step in trepidation and pray that they won't crumble, but Pharaoh closes in so I can't afford to stumble. I'll move my feet and I'll match my pace to those around me who speak of grace and call into question my broken affection, this distorted belonging to slave as my name. I'll press into wonder and I'll rise out from under the stench of the mud, and I'll trade it for fresh air. I'll straighten my posture and peer out toward freedom and lend myself risk, permission, surrender. I'm obliged to the beauty of this mystery. I can't deny this dry land beneath my feet, the impossibility of this open sea that somewhere strikes a chord in me, as though calling up a long-forgotten memory, some ancient familiarity in the depths of my soul. I recall now the stories of your faithfulness through history, and I'll take this hope you're offering and escape the shame still chasing me, and I'll choose to trust this unnatural road. I'll skim these water walls with my hands and let my fingers dare to dance and behold the waves and allegiance, knowing Pharaoh never stood a chance. This God is not just history. He controls these waves and he split this sea. He's the one reclaiming me and stripping me of slavery and opened my eyes to see that I was born for legacy. Pharaoh threw his best at me, but he forgot my name. And finally, I pause at the end of this undeserved miracle in humbled revelation that these waters were just thoroughfare, a journey of discovery that laid my heart to bear as each step was churning soil where seeds could dare to grow. As I walked these spaces in between, I learned that you do command this sea, and I found the greatest victory in knowing and becoming known. Thank you.